witches and warlocks like to do. That's why you better be careful on them jokers that little hugging and stuff in the church. Right. They'll be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, sister, how you been? You didn't even know you touched and agreed. You just touched and agreed for me to destroy your butt. And I'm up here like, yeah, but my spirit is saying something different than my flesh. Then they hug you, rub, and do all this on you. What they doing is they dressing you, putting their spirits on you. So now when you get done hugging, you like, dang, man, I'm tired. Either they taking your strength or they putting something on you. I done been zapped too. I had a prophet come in there and all I kept hearing in the spirit is, I want that. I'm looking around like, I'm thinking it's me. Because I'm like, what I want? I didn't discern it was him. He was preaching the word. Everybody need to get saved from the back door to the pulpit, blah, blah, blah. Even though he forgot he in the pulpit, but you know how people do. He come off the pulpit, he lay hands on me. I drop, boom, but I can't get up. I'm on the floor like this. I'm like, where my strength went? I could not get up and nothing. The little prophet said, yeah, I see he zapped you. What he wanted was the strength he seen me walking with. I told him, you can have it, because there's a fight to come with it. And if you ain't living right, obviously you can't be stealing. Now you got to deal with the consequences of what I fight with. So what happens is you can take strength just like you could give it. Just like when I lay hands on folks, I give them my strength. And I take on what they fighting. That's why they said the strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak.
Even in the Bible, it tells you that people was chasing after Jesus Christ to touch his garment so that they can be healed, because Jesus Christ had the authority and he was just that pure. He was just that G that even if you touch him, you healed. Whatever you got is cured. Okay. So understand this. Some people see you in the same way that they see our brother Christ. All right. So be very mindful when you going into rooms and you allowing people to touch you. Okay. But as believers for Christ, we have to pray for wisdom, discernment, knowledge, and protection, not just fear of witchcraft. We have to pray for protection and wisdom so that we know when we are coming in contact with one of those wands, okay? One of those wands that's willing to do the 1-2 on you, all right? So understand this, it's everywhere. It's not just in the church, but it's everywhere.
Ain't nothing like a church witch or a church warlock. It's a lot of churches that has witches in it and warlocks in it. They're controlling, manipulative. They're lying on you in a minute. They got caught and will lie to make you look bad. They pretenders. Why clean the outside of the cup and not the inside of the cup? They want the outside to look good. The inside jacked up. Inside they ravenous wolves. So now you have all these folks doing all this underhanded stuff. And now watch this. This is how they recruit you to become a witch. You join the church. I'm just gonna go over from the female side first. There's a clique of women in there. They start attacking you, lying on you, saying little stuff about you, making you mad. And you look at them like, why y'all at me? They'll bully you into becoming one of them. So what they'll do is they'll keep bullying to find you like, man, you know, what do I need to do? Why? They're like, okay, this is what we want you to do. If you do this, this, and this, we'll stop messing with you. And basically you just become a part of the clique. And next thing you know, you bullying other people because now you think that's the way it goes. Warlocks, they'll try to bully you. Whatever you try to do, they're going to try to block it. You try to sing, they're going to block it. You try to preach, they're going to do little stuff. Stuff that only you would notice or somebody who can see would notice. So it's so subtle that from the outside, most witches and warlocks look like the best saints ever. They look like the most holiest men and women of God that people have ever seen before in their life.
This is why you have to have a keen level of discernment when you are entering any room. And I mean any room, whether it's the church house, whether it's the grocery store, whether it's the nail salon, the barber shop, because at any given time, you have people there, spirit beings who are sent to, go against your boundaries, okay?
The highest ranking warlocks and witches in the earth call themselves Christians because they curse with their words. They curse men of God. They curse what God is building in the earth. They curse local churches. They curse with their words. And I used to think that it was the ones with the pentagrams. It's the ones with an open Bible misinterpreted.
In today's time, having boundaries really matter. Not every handshake is harmless. Not every prayer for you is sincere, and not every person speaking spiritual language is engulfed into the word. Not everybody is healthy. Some of these people are carrying demons and spirits and all type of things that you know nothing about because they know how to make it look good. Demons know how to make themselves look good. So be mindful.
This lady conjured up my dead mama, and she was the lady of the church, dog. So my mama died a few years ago, dog, but anybody that know me, they know that out of all of her children, I am the hardest. That's nothing to brag about. There is no brownie points for being a hard black man, because Lord knows there are so many of us. So she kept reaching out, talking to me about healing, and getting that grief up off of me. I told her my mama is dead. She is gone. It don't matter how much I pray or how much I cry, she not coming back. I'm gonna get through it. I'll be okay. She insisted that we pray together. So I said, all right, whatever, we can pray. So we get on the phone. I tell her, like, we can just pray. It ain't gotta be nothing too crazy. I don't want nobody laying hands on me, none of that. And she's like, okay, cool. We'll just pray. It won't take long. I say, okay, go ahead and do what you do. This lady gets quiet, dog. She inhales and she exhales. She says a small prayer, and then it gets quiet, and I feel the energy shift. After I felt that energy shift, dog, I heard my mother's voice. And she was crying and screaming and telling me all the stuff that only she knew. And I'm on the opposite end of the phone, bro, just staring at the phone like, bro, what is this? This is not gonna help me heal. If anything, this is more traumatizing than it is healing. I went along with it, man, and she kind of closed it out, and then she was like, now doesn't that feel better? You got to talk to her. And I'm on the phone, and I'm just like, yeah, is that it? Thank you, yada yada yada. Hung up the phone, man. Mind you, before all this happened, dog, I had a feeling that something was going on because that week I had been having dreams of me and this woman having sex. FYI to the people who don't know, whenever you having dreams of you and somebody having sex that you ain't been thinking about and it just gets sprung on you all of a sudden, they in your energy, baby. They putting witchcraft on you. They doing some type of spell work. They are in your energy. I was not thinking about this woman. I wasn't attracted to her or none of that. And then just all of a sudden, I'm having dreams about me and her having sex. Oh, yeah. I speak to doggone, another family member that went to the church, and they just flat out told me that I was crazy. I didn't know what I was talking about. That, you know, all them books I had been reading about witchcraft and everything that I had been through had essentially clouded my judgment. And I'm listening to them tell me this, and I'm like, bro, y'all are not going to do this to me. Make me seem like I'm crazy. This woman just conjured up my dead mama. I know plenty of people who practice conjure and do this and do that. If that's your thing, man, go ahead. But you can't be in a church preaching against witchcraft and practicing witchcraft. And I know that this particular woman had a history in hoodoo because her husband told me she did. And then when my little brother confronted them about it, he denied that she ever had a history in hoodoo, and she denied that me and her ever had that conversation. And I was just like, wow. And I'll tell you, dog, I haven't been to church ever since. I ain't been to no church. Am I punishing God for what they did to me? No, but bro, a lot of these pastors, they not what y'all think they are. A lot of these people are Freemasons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these Christian pastors, dog, they are Freemasons. They are freaking warlocks and witches, man. It wasn't so much of what she did that bothered me. It's the fact that my family didn't believe me when I told them. Everybody in my family knows I am a lot of things, but baby, I am not a liar. Truth be told, dog, I always knew that there was something up with that church, man. I always knew. And that just kind of sealed the deal for me. Again, if you're going to practice hoodoo, voodoo, conjure, whatever, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's knocking you, but don't be in a church laying hands on folks, preaching against it, and then you practicing it. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Even myself, dog, I don't claim to be anything. I am a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm not locked in with any freaking religion. I am a man of faith. Yeah, I just wanted to come up here and tell that story, dog, because I know a lot of people are going through what I went through, and they probably feel like they're crazy. Whether your family's shunning you for exposing the truth or whatever it is, dog, I feel you. I understand. You're not crazy. You saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. There's a lot of dirt that goes on in the black churches. Children being essayed, people stealing from each other, all types of stuff, man. But it gets swept under the rug because it'll make the church look bad. Protect your children in the churches and protect yourselves. The churches ain't the same no more, man. They not about God. They are about money. Church is a business. Religion is a business. If you want to get close to God, go internal. He may not be in that church. And if he is, you still got to leave that church at some point and find him for yourself. Go internal and find God.
This woman is calling herself the lady of the church, yet she done conjured up this man, deceased mother, to perform some type of healing session with this man or whatever she did. This is why we have to be very mindful of who we give access to our spirit being, to our minds, to our emotions, to our trauma, to our secrets. Everybody praying over you is not assigned to your life, okay? And we have to automatically have discernment when we are entering churches, because not all churches are bad churches. And just because somebody have the title of a bishop, of a reverend, of a lady of the church, of a man of the church, whatever they call themselves is, does not mean that you trust them on a spiritual level. You have to trust your mind and your heart and what God is placing on your heart before you go to the next person, all right? Like, that's just a no-no. It's a no-no, y'all. Not everybody who preaches the word and say, Lord, this and Lord, that, and hallelujah, truly have your best interests at heart, or truly moving with love, integrity, and pure intentions when they come in contact with other people.